uh, about like a half hour ago, and we are live.
Excellent. Hello,
Composer
sir.
Dome, episode 9.
9. Okay. Wow, they're starting to stack up.
Indeed, indeed. I think we said that same exact phrase last weekend, and then I said, indeed, indeed. So maybe we just
It's still
continue
true.
with
It's
the
still true though. So that's the thing.
tradition now. Okay, so last week we were discussing, I jumped into a track, and then you asked what my favorite piano VST, my go-to. And I
Right.
instantly said Ascend Modern Grand by Heaviosity.
Hmm.
So I got to thinking about it, and so I'm like, I need to make sure that that is the correct answer. So I went through every single. I actually downloaded all the native instruments, um, pianos,
The
and that
grandeur, the gentleman, all those.
all,
Yeah.
all of them. And since I've already removed them,
Oh, they're garbage.
the
Yeah.
oh, I tested about like 40 pianos,
Wow.
and I ended up with three. And
Which is really all you need, like
every single other piano had something to it. But even let's just jump right into it. But
I- like the grandeur and gentleman, they're so thin sounding. Like they're not rich. Like they're just not rich at all. Just extremely thin and weak sounding.
like a metal hammer hitting the key without any reverberation or felt or anything. It's just so tingy and
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
so
bad. Come on, native instruments, get it together.
so three instruments here: Ascend Modern Grand, Foundations Piano, which is uh, the free piano from Heaviosity. So two out of
Okay.
three are Heaviosity and the third one, a little bit of cheating was required for the third one, so I don't know how I feel about that.
I
The
mean, the
third,
1928 is great. Yeah, it sounds good.
so I think it sounds really good or much better with slight reverb on it, replica. And also I've noticed that some of the onboard effects in here, let's just jump in to Sound Paint. First off, the user interface I dislike. I think it's kind of cluttered, and I've never been a fan of most of 8Do's back end stuff. Um, I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. And I've noticed that these effects, man, I've turned them all off
Mhm.
for this because each one of the effects drastically changes the timbre of so I was trying to get as clean with no effects and just
Mhm.
slight reverb. I will say the 1928, um, it has the best response of any piano VST I've ever used in my life.
Like to
Uh,
velocity?
what I mean is like for for uh response time for actually being able
Oh,
to
like latency. Kind of.
it's
Yeah.
it's really good. Like
Yeah.
it you can this is a excellent monitoring tool in my opinion for your MIDI. So if you have like MIDI, and we can jump into this. So what I did was I just recorded a little bit of low, a little bit of high,
Right.
and this is just from a Skyrim soundtrack. It's always in my brain, so I'm like, I'm just gonna use this little tune. And so we'll start with what we're on right now. So this is what it sounds like here. And the trills are a little messed up, but that's what got me to think. I'll just let it play. And right
Right.
off the bat, um, I would never use that timbre or this instrument as the piano in a track, but this is just the third best example that I have in my library that I could for my ears that I could muster up, and this was better than any of the native instruments,
Yeah,
unfortunately, but it's
yeah.
still very like tinny.
Yeah. I was just about to say that it is still really thin sounding, but I think that as far as the latency, that must be Sound Paint itself. Like
Yes,
their Sound
yes.
Paint engine is just better. Yeah, yeah.
100%, man. 100%. They have some type of that. It's called real-time audio sampling or something. And that's what I'm assuming is creating the ability to hit like I mean, it's almost like a synth. Like it's so
Hmm.
fast that it's okay, so you got that timbre. Let's
Hmm.
move to Foundation's piano
Yeah,
heaviosity.
to be honest, I didn't care for that.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is the second best I have. No reverb added to, just on board. So
Yep.
that's the free foundations and what I would always pick and still pick. And if I could find something better, I will use that, but this is it.
Yeah, I mean
So,
it's really rich, and it's got a little bit of thump to it, a little meat on
mhm.
the low end, so it's not like really thin sounding. I almost do think that both that example and the second, well, let's stick on this example for a second. That example, I almost feel like it does need some air, um, added.
Some reverb added.
No air, so like top end EQ boost, kind of like it doesn't
Ah,
seems to be it's
yes.
not very top heavy. So
So it's interesting. I've very rarely jumped into the back end of this Ascend, but I do like how it's set up.
mhm.
Very clean. And so what you were saying is jump into the EQ and essentially turn that threshold down. I'm assuming. Let's see. Drag that. Oh, that's cool. Drag that in there like this. Let's see what this does.
No, I would boost high rather than cutting low.
Yeah, I was just seeing what the so boosting high would technically or
No, it's on the
oh,
right.
I see what you're saying. So but going to the right, doesn't that boost the low?
No. The right knob. It's high is on the right. You're on the low. It's low, mid, high, right?
But this is for the Oh, I
Below
see,
that.
I see, I see.
That guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see
I
what you're
think you need
saying.
to
More
boost a
bright,
little bit.
brighter.
Yeah.
Is this
And maybe
even
even the
doing
upper
anything?
maybe even the upper mids.
Oh, wait. Yeah. So I see oh yeah, okay, let's try it. Ah, yes. Ooh, yeah, actually getting closer to a
And the high mids might need a little boost too. But yeah,
wonder
you try boosting that. Yeah, there you go. That's like some presence.
so higher or low, you think?
Oh, up. Not that
Like
much maybe,
okay,
but
probably like
that's a better sound. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer that. I think it sounds It's got a much fuller
It's
range now.
much less muddy.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't sound like it's being recorded in a coffee can anymore because it kind of did sound like that before. But I could tell that the instrument itself was really rich and I liked it. But I think it's a better sound.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think I can
And you may even want to tweak with it a little bit more. But yeah, I would save that as a preset.
sweet steal that. Yeah, man. So yeah, so I've condensed it down and I'm just back to where I was. So I did a lot of experimentation and
Yeah.
it's just back to where I was. So
The community supports your efforts. Um, or appreciates your efforts, I guess.
yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I did look into the other Ascend or other Heaviosity paid piano, and they do have a very nice electronic keys. Uh, really nice. Like, but personally, I never use that kind of stuff. But I know you were like about a month ago, right? You were looking to get a sampled library that had really good sampled electronic keyboards, right?
yeah, electric piano or vibe, that kind of vibe sound. I mean, that sounds really cool. When it's implemented right in my book. I
Mm.
think it can create a really cool mood. And that's actually what I was going to say about the foundations. Is that that piano? There's a certain mood associated with it. Like, there's no way that that could be your go-to. You know, like it's a very particular sound, unless you can adjust the EQ, like we just did.
So yes, so that's the beauty about heaviosity stuff. So let's jump in there again. This is it's very it's the most subtle one. Uh,
Yeah.
and I don't have usually if I did use this, I would put a touch of replica on there and watch what that does to the subtlety of
I think it brightens it
you.
up a little bit.
Yeah, you still have the staccato of your of your keys, but that reverb kind of gives it the release with and makes it sound. Or I'll A B it. It's a lot less clean, but it sounds nicer. But let's remove the replica, and there's built-in reverb already. And let's jump into those. This thing even has like an arpeggiator in it, which is
Mm.
pretty crazy for a free instrument. Uh, and there's some texture knobs. So I mean, probably just play with these first. So it makes it spacey or widens the stereo image a little bit, probably that texture.
I'm not sure what that's doing, to be honest.
It's almost like a reverb slash
Mm.
stereo imager kind of sound. Let's
Yeah.
try this. Okay, that's just the output.
Oh, so is the texture like a pad-ish type sound associated with it? Like if you turn piano all the way down and then turn texture?
Ah, yes, you're right.
Yeah, it's like the cinematic, like pad.
That's kind of cool though.
So if you just wanted a pure piano
Just
sound, I
turn it
guess
all
you'd,
the way
yeah.
down.
Play the low part? Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty clean sound.
Oh, there's punch. Let's turn that on.
That's a compressor.
Yeah.
It still has a weird, it still has a strange EQ curve, you know?
Yeah, let's try to maybe.
That's an amp.
Yeah. Effects. I guess it doesn't have an
Yeah, the
EQ.
EQ.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, especially given the price, though. I mean, it's cool. It's pretty good, but it's a very
it,
particular mood that you get
absolutely,
from
and
that.
and there is other patches for that, but I just figured do the flagship Foundations piano patch. But yeah, you can. This is one of those instruments where you can get those shimmering effects, piano
Hmm.
effects, pretty easily. All right. So, yeah, that was the
Ascend is still on top.
Ascend is king, and your Inspire cinematic piano, in my opinion, is probably your king of the library.
Actually, it's not Inspire. That's I have to open Sign Player
Oh,
for that one.
that's right. That's right. Orchestral tools, but it
Yeah, it's Orchestra
is
Tools, but it's not Inspire technically.
indeed, indeed. All right. Man, I was messing around with some renders this week and got me thinking.
Oh man. Oh,
One of
open up that beast again.
Oh yeah, well, Unreal Engine 5.5 came out and they released a feature uh that essentially takes global illumination and uh it renders shading technology way differently now so that every part of the scene that's lit up is the shaders are way more complex now. So it just it takes the realism to the next level. There's a demo that
Mm.
just came out a couple days ago that's pretty cool. Anyone can go check it out. Um,
I mean, if
but
you
yeah,
want to score a render, like someday, if you render something, we could maybe score a render as kind of a way to switch it up. That'd be kind of fun.
so exactly. I was thinking for the 10th episode of Composer Dome, we I'll render something out this week and it'll be like, a minute maybe max. And instead of a 10-minute composing session, we do a 20-minute composing session
Ooh.
and we just go wild. And you know, of course, like I'll be making the video, so it's almost like
You'll know the mode a lot more, yeah.
it's pretty much like cheating, but what I think would be good is if I just sent you like
A
tomorrow, for instance,
screenshot or something. Yeah, yeah,
precisely,
yeah.
precisely.
Okay.
And what it's going to be is Cambodian ruins,
Oof.
and it's going to just be basically going through a temple of Cambodian ruins with a torch on the wall, really good lighting, very realistic. I'm going to go for ultra realism with this one. It's not going to be any kind of fantasy or anything. It's going to be like, boom, this is a tr- you know, realistic as possible. And then what I'd like to do is take that video and upload it to our Pexels website, and
Ah,
just
right.
publish it there. Give it to anyone who wants to use it. Have a good day.
Give back a little bit instead of
That's what we got to do.
taking all the time. So, yep.
Exactly. And yeah, man. So I'm ready to jump in if you are.
Actually, I have
Oh,
something to
you. Oh, yeah,
review.
yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, we got some new trackage. Or
Kind of.
all right.
It's more of a conversation
Oh, let me
starter.
stop sharing here. There we go.
All right.
Also, we had some dude in the chat last week that we didn't see. I have the chat open now.
Okay.
I figure some one of these times maybe you can throw up the chat somewhere in the corner in case I don't see it or something. But he was asking, he's like, "What's going on?" And he tuned in right when we were doing our composition.
Oh man,
So we
that's
were just staring, and he's like, "This is creepy. What the hell?" He's like, "What the hell's going on?" And then he clipped it, and then he clipped it as creepy. And I was like, whatever. I just banned him. But I was like, man, I'm like, we gotta just notice if somebody's there because what we're doing here is kind of not the norm of streaming, right? So like if they just see us staring during those 10-minute blocks, I gotta put like a note from Zoom maybe that says composing in progress. Or I guess the timer is just not enough for people to understand that.
wait. So what? He clipped it and posted it somewhere. It's like
I,
these two creeps, or
Pretty much he clipped it on Twitch and he clipped it as creepy, and then
uh,
he said some other jerk stuff in chat after, so he was just a troll really. And I looked at the account creation, I'm like, man, this dude has had Twitch since like 2010 and he's acting like this. I'm like, get out of here. I'm like, I don't
why
want you
would
in
you
chat,
take the
man.
time to do that? Like,
Hey man, welcome to the streaming world, dude. Some weird stuff happens. So I
yeah,
took that
yeah.
clip, I just deleted it, have a good day. I mean, by all means, come on back and talk more. I found it slightly entertaining, especially after the fact of knowing that we just didn't notice someone trying to talk. But yeah, man. So what
Oh
do we
man,
got
that's really
here?
funny. Yeah, man, I guess we should remedy that.
Yeah, I gotta go. I got it right here up. So I mean,
Hmm.
we'll see.
What if there's some way that we could, dang. I'm thinking like what if we stream audio during that time? Um,
And we just choose random audio during that time.
well, or somehow stream the audio that you're working on. Like,
Yes.
but
So
then I would hear your composition sounds, which would throw me off. So yeah, like I don't.
it's yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I could see maybe perhaps if Zoom has a built-in like yeah, I don't see real-time audio being feasible for our thing. So maybe like play an MP3 with a little notice that says, "Hey, we are AK, AFK for
Okay,
10
what?
minutes."
All right. Now I realize like this is completely out of left field, but what if we, jeez, I don't know. I was just thinking like, well, what if we don't compose live? Like, what if we compose it beforehand and then we just talk about it while we're streaming or something? But
We could do that. I mean,
I
it
don't know.
does
Worth
drastically
thinking.
change the current, way of doing things, but
Yeah, but
I'm down for change.
it is kind of weird. Unless we could put up a message or some kind of audio that's playing, which I don't know if do you think that's possible?
I'll so there's a bunch of these apps that Zoom has. I'll see if there's a maybe a note,
Yeah, like like if there's just like a flashing message on screen, that would be perfect.
something message. I mean, obviously I could do it easily in OBS, but uh banner.
Banner sounds good. I think that's
Yeah, I'm just trying to look for. Yeah, I'll scope through the apps this week and I'll see if I can add anything. I don't see
okay,
anything right off the
cool.
bat, so
Not anger any more people for sure.
although I there's an annotate button right here. Hold on.
Oh, can you just
Let me
write
see
it
if I can. Interesting. Let's see.
more? Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you write that? Did you draw that circle?
Yeah, I just draw. So I'm trying to undo that. Uh-uh.
I'll just
Uh,
ask ChatGPT.
undo. Okay. So, okay, here we go. So I just go composing in progress, right? And then we just keep that up somewhere when we're actually right?
Oh,
I guess that works because that's on the stream. Yep, that'll be on the stream. And we'll
okay,
just keep this right above us and I'll
cool.
I'll get it bigger. Perfect.
Like, yeah, yeah. Maybe even put more information than that since they might not even know what that means.
What are you,
But yeah,
what are you guys doing?
yeah. All right, cool.
Okay.
That's really interesting. I never ever would have thought that that would happen. That someone would actually take the time to do that. Nice.
I saw it right after the stream ended. I'm like, wait, there was someone here? I'm like, oh man.
Oh
It's
man,
funny.
that's
And
funny.
and this is actually the culprit right here. What happens is I maximize my screen like it is right now, and then I can't see chat. So I gotta remember not to maximize your window and so I can see chat. All right,
Oh man. All
let's
right.
roll into it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this is another guitar recording that I did this morning. So this is new. Are you familiar with the Sekiklos song?
I don't think so. I mean, the name doesn't sound familiar.
So it is the oldest complete musical composition in the world. And it's from at least 2,000 years ago. and it was found engraved on a tombstone in Greece. Um, and so this melody, which includes bass notes, I think, if it's the full composition, um, was in this melody was engraved as well. And then the tombstone read, "While you live, shine. Don't suffer anything at all. Life exists only for a short while, and time demands its toll."
It's
Anyway,
heavy.
yeah, it's cool. Presumably the musician, it was a musician and it was his tomb, I guess, and he wrote those words, so it's kind of interesting. But anyway, this is the song.
2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
When was 300?
Further back than that.
Further back than that.
Yeah, like
So
two,
interesting.
yeah, two, a few centuries BC, somewhere around there.
Wow. So that this is the oldest like written music that we have as human beings on the planet right now.
Ye-
There's
That's a complete composition. Like there might be single melody notes or something that might be older, but this is actually like a complete composition that
That's
I think.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Did you hear this on like a podcast or did you just search this out or
No, I have this is an arrangement for guitar that was done by this guy, Jeffrey Goodman. And so I have a note, I have a book of his that of guitar music, and he includes it in his book as just
got it.
yeah. So anyway, without further ado, so that the guitar is down here, and then I attempted to add a couple other elements on top of it.
Barros. Yeah, stopped by and said boo.
What?
I don't know.
What is going on?
I don't know. I don't know. It's
What
great
is
though.
going on? Well, he likes Asian music. He should like this.
Exactly. Well, we haven't heard anything yet, so. And I don't know when he said that. Oh, he meant to be scary. Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
October. Forgot Halloween.
All
Uh,
right.
hmm. It's interesting how modern it sounds.
Yeah, the timing is a little odd though. Like it took me a while to get the timing down. Let's just
Is it
concentrate.
almost like a dotted or something? Like
It's
a
in it's in 6/8 time, so there's a lot of dotted
ah,
notes. Yeah, so
got it. Barrow says he's heard this before.
I figured I knew he would. And it's a some of the note combinations are sort of odd sounding, you know.
It's actually, if I had a quick on the top of my head analysis, it almost sounds, oh, and I know off the surface it doesn't sound Middle Eastern at all,
Hmm.
but it kind of does have a little bit of Middle Eastern Celtic vibe. And it's like it's you know suppressed. It's like almost like a Celtic style of music that's suppressed and can't go beyond its own like it's kind of in its own scale that I haven't really heard much. Usually it's more defined. Usually the scale's
Hmm.
more defined and more distinct. But this is
Right.
almost like a just like I don't know, it's interesting. Uh
Yeah, it was probably played on a lyre, some kind of,
mm.
like the small Greek harps, like the really simple Greek. So that's why I think what you were referring to was kind of its simplicity. I think it's because they didn't have a whole lot of notes to maybe
Ah, that
work
makes
with. That'd
sense.
be my guess.
Barrow says maybe it's not odd sounding. Maybe you guys just not using the correct temperament. In some temperaments, some dissonances like the seventh sounds as a consonance.
Those are a bunch of words I don't understand, but
It was Chinese to me too, but I figured I'd read it. I don't understand it. I mean, it was fine English. I understood it that way, but
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't understand the music
I actually
aspect of it.
thought about that as well, and I assume that this is a faithful rendition of the melody. I assume. I don't know, but yeah, that's
Ah, so really the actual tablet or the gravestone could vary. It's just this is the best translation of that, or
so our Burrows would probably know a lot more about this topic than I, but like our modern sheet music actually comes from the early Middle Ages. I think it began in like monasteries and stuff. It was a way for monks to write down their music. So you know, the original Second Close song is definitely not written in standard notation, you know, sheet music. It didn't exist. They had some way to translate those notes to our modern, I assume. But I've heard after I learned to play this on the guitar, I went to YouTube and found a bunch of people doing renditions of it, and they all sound basically the same. So if it's wrong, then we're all wrong.
interesting, interesting. Yeah, that might be cool to try out on a lyre in VST sometime.
Yeah, or you know, even a harp might be better, but I don't know. I kind of like it on guitar too. It
Good,
sounds
good.
good. But
And that microphone, man, that let's talk about the
yeah,
quality
let's.
of the recording here,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
this is clean, man. And that
yeah.
waveform looks very, very nice. Like that waveform is usually, I mean, it could be a tiny bit more gain probably, but
Louder.
I
Yeah, yeah.
can see that this is going to be a very there's not going to be any background death in this audio recording, you know?
Yeah, so I wanted to talk production a little bit if we have time. So yeah, I agree. I mean, if you noticed, I had to crank it up for the call. Like its volume is pretty low,
Right.
so it could definitely use some more volume. So what I did was I recorded it. This is a single mic. It's an SM81 pointed at um about where the neck hits the guitar body. So just one mic pointed at there, and I did a couple like the you have to be really careful with mic placement with the guitar because if the mic is too close to the sound hole, it's really boomy and bassy sounding and it's
Mm.
super muddy. So you have to like move it away to find like this perfect balance between the sound that's coming off the body and the neck and most of the bass is coming out of the sound hole. So I think this is a pretty good sound though. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see. So the first thing I did was I did this spectral denoise, which I'm a big fan of. So basically what you do is you just let it roll with silence before the music starts, and this will read what the silence ambient sound is like, and then it will zap it from the recording.
Fascinating. So, could you A B this real
Yeah.
quick?
All right, we're soloed. And if we select the output noise only, I mean I don't even really hear anything, do you?
I don't hear anything.
I don't
Oh,
know. Maybe it's getting rid of like inaudible stuff. I'm not sure what.
so could you maybe just turn the power on and off while it's playing, just so
Yeah.
I can hear the wow, it's subtle, but it really does kind of clean things up, but I
I
don't know.
yeah, I guess it's like almost inaudible what it's getting rid of. But I mean, you know, there are inaudible frequencies you do want to get rid of, right?
Usually I can pinpoint that background noise, but I mean, honestly, there's zero noise when it's just trying to see the
Yeah, and this was recorded like right here. I mean, just in the middle of this room, but I do have a big, like pretty thick rug down. So that helps
damps. Yep.
dampen things as well. Okay, so I did that, and then I pulled up Neutron in addition to Solid EQ. And the reason that I do that is Neutron can, if you hit learn, it'll find where the frequency spikes are. Like as soon as learn goes white, then I can use those frequencies to then sculpt it instead of doing it just
So
by ear.
so you would find those frequencies and then kind of dampen them down a little bit, or would you raise them
Well,
up?
well, it's like if I knew, so this is 109, that's how I knew I had to do a high pass, or I'm sorry, a high pass to get rid of that mud. So I did a high pass to 110. Um,
Mm.
and then this is 220 hertz is where a lot of the activity is. So I cranked this to 220 hertz and then dropped it a little bit and it sounded a lot cleaner. So we can A/B this too.
Oh yeah, man. That presence is just removed. Like that
It's got like it's not mud. I mean, it's too much punch, It's like kind of overwhelming the mix.
yeah, I guess it seems like it's like kind of compressed, but then it removes the compression
Yeah,
in
and
the bad part, that it's compressed.
and I find this workflow to be really good for me personally with EQing because this will tell me like, okay, this is where your main frequencies are hitting, and that way there's no guesswork. Like I know exactly what I need to cut most of the
Hmm.
time. Um, so yeah, that worked well. I really liked that workflow, and
That's
I'm
a
still
long chain, you know? That's a
I know.
crazy chain.
Um, I added this on it just because I wasn't too sure about high end. I think it helps though. So I think it's giving a little bit of air,
I
maybe.
th- can you do it? Can you AB one more time, but just like 10 seconds for each?
Hmm.
Wow, that's a subtle, but
Noticeable
it's
difference, I think.
it makes the actual recording sound better with it on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
Air. I
yeah.
mean, don't underestimate air. It really does. It really can make a difference. Mm, okay. So yeah, long chain. And then I put this, especially with this tune because it's got that boom, boom, boom that's hitting so often with the bass. So this will like calm that down a little bit. You see it jump every now and again to kind of calm down that initial bass hit.
Just less muddy with this thing on there.
Yeah, it just controls some of those uh
So it's,
transients, I
so
guess.
it's like a VC2A, but for the opposite end.
No, no, no. It's like a VC2A. I actually just thought I'd switch it up and go with it
Oh,
um
so
instead.
but you're usually we would use something like this for the higher end, not the lower end, right?
The whole the whole the whole thing. This isn't a multiband compressor. This is just a signal compressor, so it doesn't care what the frequency is.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha,
it'll
gotcha.
just crush it if it goes over the threshold, no matter where. Okay, cool. And then I put Realm as a reverb. I still don't
Rum.
have a reverb that I love, but I went with that one, which very, very subtle. Like I did not want to go with the reverb. Yeah, I guess the only thing I would say is how do we feel about this? I'm gonna cut off that other compressor. People really swear by this thing.
Shadow Hills.
Yeah, like what do you think?
Wow.
It really does seem
So
to add something, like a
it,
little punch to it. I don't know. It's hard to
n-
describe, and it colors the sound a
it
little bit too. Like,
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. So it's almost like compressing and gluing at the same time.
Gluing, but it's also like it colors the sound in a way, like it brightens it a little bit. Like it's not as muddy. It's not as dull sounding, I guess is the word.
It's more present for
Yeah.
sure. Oh yeah. It like it listens for every single subtle movement of your notes and actually allows it to shine through rather than kind of muddying it up.
Yeah,
It's subtle, but damn, it's kind of crisp.
y- yeah, and it's funny because I've tried to use this on VST type instruments and I've always, gotten rid of it because I just never understood. But like on a live guitar recording, it really does make a huge difference. So yeah, I like it.
And yeah, man, that's one thing that when we're building chains out for audio versus VSTs, it's night and day. You know, in
Yeah.
the box and out of the box, you have to completely take a different approach.
Yeah, well, so soon I'm probably gonna invest in a better mic, so we'll see. But for now, like I think this chain, something like this chain might be my, and this was classical guitar as well, which is different than steel string guitar, so that'll change slightly, but this might be something like my chain for classical.
And with that chain, you might be able to afford to boost that gain slightly and not have to worry about,
Well,
background noise.
I think the Shadow Hill boost gain, it seems to.
But I mean a bad recorded gain while on your, you know, gain level of when you're recording.
I see.
So right now, when you are recording this right here, where is your settings at? Like
Like 45 dB, I think.
45 dB.
Yeah, on the mic preamp, and the mic has uh a high pass, which I turned on because it's guitar. So when you're miking a guitar, it basically your enemy is muddiness because it's
Hmm.
just it has a lot. So yeah, so I turned that on, and yeah, pretty happy though.
Yeah,
I'm
this
happy
is
with the sound.
best quality so far for, recording. So
Awesome,
definitely on the right track there, man.
awesome. Thank you, sir. All right, that's all I have. That is the second close song.
All right. Yeah, the oldest piece of music that we know of. Good to
Indeed,
hear that.
pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Alrighty. So I think it's time to jump into episode 9 of the actual Composer Dome situation.
That is correct.
If you want to pull up the Oracle, sir.
I will. Sorry,
Oh, take your time. Take your time.
I'm not prepared.
Also, Barrow said sheet music was made around the year 1000.
1,000.
And then he said 9. I thought it was 6. We are actually on episode 9 today. Next week will be 10. And I don't think you were here in the beginning, but this week I'm planning to render out a video using Unreal Engine that's going to be basically uh, a Cambodian temple ruin. And yes, I know that the title is wrong. Yes, it says episode 6 on Twitch because I have to actually go into Twitch and then Kick and then YouTube and update them every time. And I haven't done that since episode 6 because ain't nobody got time for that. So, here we are, episode 69. All right, so here we go.
Okay, I updated the code,
Oh wait,
so
sorry, one second.
yeah,
Should I send the Zoom link over in chat? Probably.
Barrows.
Yeah, I'll send it if you do want to join. Bam, it is available.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so I did update the code, so this should kick off a is Barrows there, yes or no?
I like it.
I want to say yes, and then the Oracle includes all of us.
That's interesting. So we could just have that for if, we have other people that join,
Right.
just a lit. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, it's me and action.
Action.
All right, I think I have to share again.
Welcome, Barros. So,
Hello, sir.
Coffee in here real quick.
Hello, my good sir.
Hello, sir. So action, huh?
Action.
Oh, I gotta do my switch over my stuff.
Oh, Barros, did you send us an email? I still have that Cubase license if you want.
Yes.
Let us know. Action. Oh, right, we did do action once, at least one other time, because we went with this boxing video, I believe.
Oh, that's right. I didn't like that one. I think we both did some non-action kind of thing, though. I think we
No,
both did like hip hop, right?
I did like a epic
Rocky.
cinematic thing.
You did a Rocky type of vibe, right?
No, you're thinking of the Olympic one.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. Did you
Uh,
do a hip hop thing though
no,
for
it
the
was kind of
boxing?
like it's kind of like hybrid. It's kind of like hybrid orchestral, but sort of epic sounding.
Got it.
Or I tried.
I mean, I like action. This is I'm not depressed in this one.
Ah, I love it. Let's do this.
Okay, send it on
Perfect.
over.
That's a cool video.
Hell yeah. Oh, but I mean, you could try Cubase though. I mean,
Oh yeah, 100%.
it's so you said you've never used an ADW before, but that is a lie, sir, because you were on Fruity Loops or FL Studio, and that is a DAW, my friend. All right. I like how when you send it, it automatically downloads it. You must just be sending the file, right?
I just send the URL.
Interesting. Every time I click yours, it automatically just downloads, and then
I'm just good like that, man.
incredible, man. The Oracle has done something. Uh, the start of your video is black, right?
The start of my video is
When you
black.
when you pull it into Logic, I'm just making sure my video is not messed up.
I don't know. I hold on. I still need to get set up. Oh, also, I totally forgot to do this, but my my complete my complete control is doing that. I don't know where your instruments are a thing again. So
Oh no.
yeah, I updated Mac OS, and this morning it was not knowing where anything was. So that's a lot of loads of fun.
So contact
Yeah,
day.
so I forgot to do that, but I'm gonna switch them all over now
Okay.
in my template. So sorry, I forgot about that.
He said, yeah, but I never used to make it or used it to make Renaissance music since I can't see the polyphony on the piano roll. If you asked me what polyphony was right now at this very moment, I probably would not be able to give you a definition.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest.
Yeah, just being honest. uh, Something to do with music.
Okay, sorry about this. 1 second.
Take your time.
Oh, can I duplicate a track in Logic?
Yeah, just hit
Oh,
the
it's a Command D, looks like. Perfect.
yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, let me save this as template real quick. Yeah, this is annoying. And I actually don't like, I mean, I like using complete control. I would prefer to use it.
Of course, yeah.
Templates, save, replace. Awesome. Thank you for that. All right. We're gonna get the video in.
All right, let me try to polyphony equals counterpoint.
In the same instrument or in another instrument? Yeah, Aaron, it is kind of black at the beginning, but it goes away
Okay,
immediately,
okay.
to me, for me anyway.
Okay, let me just open up this like oh, I see. So I can't draw on the thing unless I'm sharing, which would mess that up too. So what I'll just do is not worry about it and put up the timer and I'll look at the chat now. I'll make sure to keep glancing over the chat to see if anyone's ready. So, uh, counterpoint on different instruments. I usually
Okay,
make
yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you just be able to see it like on a large scale. So you'd be able to see the clips that have the MIDI notes, but not the actual notes that are being hit, I suppose. Yeah, I see what you mean.
all right.
Cool. Sorry, 1 second. 828. Okay. All good here, sirs.
I am set up, ready to roll when you guys are. So once Sparrow is ready, we shall count down and begin Composer Dome. Alrighty. Composer Dome starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Composer.
Composer Dome. Bam. And here we are at
All
the end of the
right.
10-minute
I
session.
I don't know. I don't know. Is the dance party 1994 better than Beethoven? I'm not sure.
I mean, I've been just testing out random ones. That one was let's see, Golden Ticket, you
Oh
know.
no, we killed Barrows.
Bear's dead. What happened?
He said his heart exploded.
Oh, well. Oh well.
No,
uh,
we're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him, Aaron. Jeez.
I forgot. I gotta be human live streaming. All right. So no, I thought that was a pretty good little thing. You know, it's always hard, man, when you try to action, you want to usually an action track, you'd probably spend at least an hour on like getting all the little fine details and then do the or when I make it, I make sure that my template is like all there, ready to go. All the sounds are perfect, and then I make my stuff usually for action stuff. But I like just starting from scratch and seeing where it goes. So this one's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I agree. I had kind of an idea going into it, but then, things started to surprise me as I worked on it.
Indeed. Alrighty, so
Yeah, I think I'm up.
you are the sharer. How was did you have any technical difficulties?
No, contact 8 worked fine, luckily.
Hmm. I have not tried Contact 8 yet. Is it kind of set up like complete control or is it just like contact?
The UI is complete control-ish, which is
Oh,
good. I think they made a step in the right direction. So,
so eventually complete control will probably just be thrown away and we'll just be utilizing complete
well, I mean, they
eventually.
can't seem to keep it working, so I mean, it's not really doing me any favors. I know that. So,
That's the simple little technical things that you don't know how to do, and then once you figure them out, you're like, why do I have to do this? You know,
yeah,
it's so ridiculous. It should just
seriously.
work out of the box.
All
Okay,
right, let's do it.
here we are. Yes, it's like 80s
Very
80s
80s.
movie, you know, just
80s
like
movie. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
okay, so I see the 80s vibe. Did you pull that 80s vibe from the video being like black and white?
He has kind of a 80s helmet on, I think.
Ah, okay, that's what.
Yeah, I don't know. Something said 80s to me. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
you want
I
to?
don't know.
We go one more time. Let's hear this thing.
Okay.
Barrow says, funny enough, mine sounded almost exactly like this.
Cool. Great minds.
Indeed.
All right, yeah, so 80s. I did want something that had a little bit of like, I don't know, dramatic kind of depth. So I went with Ashlight for that sort of bass arp.
Hmm.
And then I was like, well, it's 80s, so I got to pull Analog Dreams. So that's Dark Dancer.
Classic.
Kind of a cool synth, actually. I like it.
The lower end I like, but the higher is very. It's that classic nasal 80s synth, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, if I don't know. I still think it sounds kind of cool, but if I had more time, I probably would have selected another voice for sure. And then this is just the '80s Abbey Road with that huge snare drum and
Yep.
that very '80s sound. So that's all I got.
Hell yeah.
That's what I got, folks.
Digging it. Digging it. Barrow says, everyone use synths here? LOL.
Well, yeah, I think you could do like a hybrid orchestral, but it would take longer, at least for me, to select the instruments and stuff like that. For me, it's just easier to get it out the door if it's using synths, but.
Yep, makes sense. Uh, do you want to go, Barrows, or shall I go? Okay, you are up, sir. Cantus.
So choir, I suppose. We cannot hear anything at the moment.
I heard that.
I did hear that. Actually, I love that.
That was like Scarface right there, man.
Oh, I love that, man. That's perfect. Yeah. It's very old school. Yeah.
Doesn't that kind of didn't it have vibes from like the Scarface theme?
Yeah, or maybe
Those chords that you
like an
chose?
NES, like a really like an NES kind of sound almost. But yeah, it's really cool. I love it. I think it suits it really well.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, 80s vibe kind of going around here, man. I mean, we all used synth arps pretty much. So it's like or can you play that one more time, Barros, if you don't mind? I just want to Oh, actually, unless you already stopped sharing. Did you already stop sharing?
He did. The volume level was good too.
Okay, yeah, we'll just check it out one more time.
Yeah.
Just good to play these two times. Yeah, it's those flutes or the wind instruments that give it that Scarface vibe
I
in my
actually
opinion.
I really like how you hit that same chord for the first four measures. Like that's really good. Yeah, I like it. That's cool.
Excellent resolution. Hell yeah. Okay, jump in here. Boom boom. All right, so I basically just did a little bit of sound design and did have some strings. So here we go.
Okay.
Make this a little bit bigger here.
Wow.
Short little thing, you know.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I really like that. That's a really cool collection of sounds.
Let's see what we got here.
Those are untold strings.
You know that these are untold strings. I sure love my untold.
Yeah,
Um,
I could definitely hear them. What
and
else do
then
we have?
we got some Audio Imperior Jaeger.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
used
They have really nice pads, that's for
I
sure.
mean, this pad is
Yeah, it's so rich.
unbelievably just nice.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to make it a little more raspy, so I added uh, this guy, Symphonic Destruction. It's just a synth. You could change out these things, and I'm using like three. This dirty patch is that gritty type of sound that you'll hear in this. And so I changed it up. So normally it would just be like an arpeggiation, but you can really tweak all your timbre sounds and then have three. It's kind of like what's the other instrument? Native Instruments has the three things where you can I
Oh
forget.
yeah, the ashlight.
Yeah. And so yep, that's Symphonic Destruction. And then
That
the
sounds really good.
first instrument here is again Symphonic Destruction. This is just big swells. So just a D sharp and
Yeah, cool.
just classic, classic
Yeah.
pad droney
That's
thing.
really good, very cinematic. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say Belarus won that one, but yours is really, really good too. It's hard. That's a tough one.
We shall fight to the death. Um, okay, well, I think that is the first part. Should we spin up the oracle?
Absolutely. So let's do it. Oh, I gotta you're sharing still.
Ah, right. I was looking around going, something's wrong. Okay. And I have to glance back over at
Is
Twitch, making
Barrows there?
sure no
Yes,
one's
he
yelling at
is.
us. Okay.
We don't want
No
people
one,
to yell.
no one's clipping our creepy selves.
I can't believe he did that. This is so weird. Oh, me. Oh, New Age. Ew.
Ooh, here we go.
Man, that one again.
So I did research New Age after uh we had we did it that time, and all three of us, and the first thing that did pop up was like Enya. So I was like, oh, I guess that's good to know that
Well,
Enya
yeah, but
is.
what would a New Age video look like? You know, maybe New Age isn't a good genre because the genres are supposed to be for videos, not music, you know?
Probably some female out with a wispy like sheet like moving around.
So like this.
I don't know, man. Oh, that that's sage. That's against my religion.
Here's some rocks or the Himalayan salt. Um, I don't know how long that is.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's kind of
Okay,
that
that's
could
kind of cool.
exactly, again, we're scoring to the video, so it doesn't we don't really have to make sure the new age is totally encompassing as long as
Well,
it matches the video, right?
you've got some crystals here and stuff. I think this qualifies. It's kind of a cool video. You want to do it?
Those are some badass cards too.
We're doing it.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, crystals and cards.
Easy, easy video selection this time around.
Sir. It is bright.
Okay.
Okay. Let me start a new project. Oh, this one came with audio, huh?
Oh, yeah, don't forget to
D.
not import that. Do not extract. Hmm. Okay.
Technical difficulties.
No, no, no. Just thinking about what to do musically.
Okay, so I am set and ready to go when you guys are ready.
Already, I think Beryl said he is ready, so we can do the countdown.
Five,
Oh,
4, 3,
two.
2, 1. Composadome. Start the timer. Why is this my timer's glitched? Yeah, let me try to open this.
I haven't started yet. We're not cheating.
Okay,
There we
we're
go.
good. YMCA. Okay. We got
And
to
we're back.
we are back.
Oh, Barros wants to go first.
Barrows shall go first. It is
Absolutely,
getting
sir.
late over there. Or wait, no, it's not. I'm forgot. I
Oh, that
always
looks cool.
assume the wrong time zone. What do we got here?
Wow, beautiful.
Indeed. It's
Beautiful. I love it. Um, yeah,
definitely matches the cards aesthetic, you know?
absolutely. Yeah, I like it a lot, man. Great piece of music. Very well done. So long. Have a good one, Barros.
All right, to the future. And remember, next week, if you're around, we got that crazy render that we're gonna try to get going.
That's right.
So prepare for battle. Okay, so we shall there. Okay. I suppose it is your turn to share, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm just gonna switch over my audio.
Let me just make these a little bit bigger. All right. That's right. Hopefully it will cooperate. Cool. All right. All good, sir.
Indeed. So yeah, both you and Barrows chose kind of like slightly renaissancey medieval feel to them, right? Or a it's kind of like a medieval feel.
So Barros went his was like prettier. There was almost like a heavenly, like very I don't know what's the word, like heavenly quality to it, or at least it's kind of
Uplifting.
reaching, yeah, uplifting. I wanted to go with more of like a exotic, I guess would be the word. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
exotic.
like okay, so like gypsy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Totally
Especially the triangle. Like I think that absolutely makes it, but yeah, the melodies are a little bit yeah, it's got kind of a eerie, maybe even vibe to it.
eerie, kind of slightly it's almost like, kind of magical in the sense of you have the classic Indian witch doctor lady that does all kinds of crazy paranormal things and like kind of like puts spells on people and does it's kind of like sounds kind of like it could be in a
M-
gypsy film like
Magical. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Magical. Like for sure. And but it's interesting. It really just follows the minor third. Like there isn't anything too crazy. Like it doesn't.
is it the concertina.
That is a bassoon and clarinet together.
Oh, oh, I see. I could tell there was two, but interesting.
But there isn't like it isn't like a really wild scale or anything. Like it's just
Stranger Things
yeah, yeah,
scale.
you're right. That did sound like it.
Yeah,
You want to hear it again?
yeah, let's do it again one more time.
And the lead is oboe, which I always find has kind of an eerie quality to it.
The what am I hearing in there? My favorite part of this is the uh off timing. It's yeah,
Those?
this is my favorite part of the
Yeah, I
track.
figured
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you love some Piz, man.
Man, yeah, this carries it so well. If you can you mute this and then just play the rest?
Oh yeah, it's like naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Actually, I
makes a.
really like that you used flux in a great way in this.
Oh, thanks.
That you
I wanted
just
to be super
muted
subtle, like
you
yeah,
muted
just
everything except
yeah,
like one or two things, right?
boom, boom. Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
And it's just holding this fifth. Like it's not changing with the melody or anything. Like it's just complete backbone. You know.
The impressive thing, I mean, I didn't even have to show mine yet. You won this one hands down, but
Oh, thanks.
I will say I do like how it's just bam right into it. Like bam right like as if you just started in the middle of a track somewhere, but it's fine like where it starts, the intro is perfect and gets right into it and it's almost like so much for such a small video. I when I was listening to it, I'm like, man, like this is that's one thing I struggled with was like it was so short that I didn't know how to resolve it, whether to just do a little melody and then resolve it, or just to kind of like let it do its own thing because of how short it was. And so I
Yeah,
kind of took a different approach. I took a more ambient, like jip, ambient, uh, crystal bowl instead of the
yeah,
triangle style. More.
yeah. As
Uh,
far as your how to like the way that I view this competition is this is the video, but it's only the only reason that the videos are so short is because we only give ourselves 10 minutes. So as far as I'm concerned, this video like would keep going on and this song would keep going on. So it
right.
doesn't matter if it resolves on 10 seconds because it doesn't make sense to have a 10-second movie. So or a video really. So
So
like
that is an interesting point you bring up because I specifically have made sure sometimes at least to resolve, and you have too, and
yeah.
so has in Barrows. So I guess it is just depending on how you feel at that moment whether you want to extend
Yeah,
it or resolve it, right?
yeah, because like this melody wants to keep going, and
Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah,
I would
yeah.
like happily keep it going, you know, like instead of stopping. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the tempo, did you change the tempo or you just 120?
It's at 82.
Oh, I didn't. It's all small for me. Hell yeah. Digging it. Digging it.
Excellent.
I mean,
Like,
that's something you could absolutely turn into a full track because the melody there is
thank you,
very
sir.
sneaky sounding. All right, let's see here. Okay, so let's see. I used an instrument I never use, but it's called Nada,
Okay,
and it's Eduardo Tarante's the same dude that made like all the Viking stuff and
right.
um so I figured I'd just use that, and here we are. Of course, it's not triggering. I'll play it one more time because it didn't trigger. There we go.
Wow,
Yeah. So subtle. Yeah.
that I wouldn't say subtle. That's I wouldn't call it subtle. That's a really cool combination of sounds, though. I really like it. I don't like it's way darker and more ominous, I think, than the video. But that's just me. My opinion.
Well, I think the video does represent the dark arts, though. When I see it, I see the crystal, I see the cards. I think of like
Yeah.
a tarot reader or like a psychic vibes or something.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know. It's not as threatening, I guess, for me personally. Like mine wasn't threatening. It was just sort of eerie. Yours has like almost like a threatening, like a menacing sound to it. So
I
much.
guess it is dark. Let's see the I
Do you have like Mysteria in there or something?
nope. I got let's
What's there?
see.
There's a choir voice of some kind that's really dark.
The
Oh, is that
the choir is
Fables?
Fables. So let's I'll just solo Fables choir.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
And then and then the crystal ball or the crystal bowl from Nada, and then a pad from Nada, and then a pad from Jaeger. Good old Jaeger for that
Yeah.
low end,
Well,
just to keep it on there.
yeah. Well, I think it's really good, man. I love it. I think it's really cool. It's a really good sound texture overall. Pretty wild. Very unique, you know.
I still think you won, but I mean, if you want to 49-51 it, I'm down, man. Hell yeah. So yeah, man, it's what do we got? It's 4:09 p.m. Should we maybe do one last one or call it now? I'm down for anything.
Um, if we did do another one, I'd have to do an intermission, grab something to drink and that kind of stuff. So I don't know. You feel up for that? I could do maybe
Sure.
even two more. I'm up for anything.
I'm up for anything, man. It is Composer Dome Saturday and we are live streaming. I will just toss up a little
Message.
um yeah, I'll just put it in chat. How about that? That'll I don't think anybody will call us creepy today anyway, so I think we're clean on that.
We
So
can't have that. All right, man. Like,
BRB.
yeah, like I don't know, maybe less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll meet back up like
Cool.
4:20 ish.
Awesome.
Catch you then. Shabam.
Hello, sir.
We are back,
You're not slamming coffee today.
says you.
There you go. It was hidden. Got your mason jar.
Oh, I got my
Lime-A-Rita Bud Light.
so I got a I live next door to a Vietnamese man named Long, and he was getting rid of a bunch of things that he had from like 1990, like like boxes of cigars and like uh,
Dang.
hats from like literally 93 that said like Corona. And I saw these he showed me these cups. I'm like, "Oh man, mason jars?" I'm like, "I'll grab those." And I washed them out and they've become my favorite cups ever. I love mason jars. I've always had them, but I've always I don't know, I never keep them around somehow over the years, but these things are sturdy, man. Like they're probably two or three times thicker than the average than
They look heavy. Yeah.
oh my god, it's different design. These are like 90 mugs or not 90 mugs, but early whenever Lime Arita came out, which is probably not that long ago, right? Lime Arita can't be too new, but these are
No
so
idea.
thick. I've dropped these honestly on the ground and just nothing happened. Dropped them in the sink, nothing happened.
They're keepers.
Haven't broke one yet. All right, anyway, enough about mason jars here.
Hey, you're from New England. Have you ever heard of Switchel?
Switchel. Switchel. I don't even know what that refers to.
It's a drink. It's supposed to be a drink from like really popular like hundreds of years ago. It's made of molasses and apple cider vinegar and like yeah. Anyway, Switchel.
Sounds kind of like a mead type of situation, huh?
Yeah, so sometimes they put alcohol in it, but I saw a YouTube video on it the other day and I wanted to ask because I'd never heard of it, but I'm not from New England. Apparently, it's a New England thing, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually would really enjoy trying to make my own beer or my own wine. I've done
I,
kombucha and I enjoyed that and I
I have
drank the
made
hell out of that.
beer. I've made hundreds of gallons of beer.
Hundreds of gallons.
Yeah.
Wait, do you make it now?
No, but for years we used to brew 5 gallons at a time. So just over and over and over again. We brewed a ton of beer.
You, we like your brother and you or your
My brother
family or
and Jane and I, we all lived in an apartment
ah,
together when I was in college and we were brewing beer that whole time. So
wow. So, what you would just use a 5 gallon.
carboy, yeah. 5 gallon
Wow.
glass carboy. Only undertake that if you like to clean a lot because it is a lot of cleaning. It's just like
Yeah,
a
I'm
ton of
sure.
cleaning. Because if there's like any bacteria or if anything is unclean or unsanitized, your bottles are going to explode and like it'll taste the beer will go sour and stuff. So yeah.
That's the beauty about kombucha, man. Once that SCOBY forms, you're good to go. It's like you could just leave that thing in there forever and it won't be bad
Yeah,
bacteria.
brewing beer is a lot of work, but it
Yeah.
is fun and it's a really interesting hobby. Like you can, when you get into the recipes and stuff, and like grinding your own grains and that sort of
That,
stuff. So it is really fun. And hops, you can a whole world of hops to choose from. So
I, that's why I think I'd want to start with wine if I were to get into it because wine is a lot easier than beer, right?
Uh, yeah, I think so. I've never made wine, but wine
Gotcha.
will ferment on its own, like
Right.
because the grape skins have sugar in them. So like if you just crush grapes, they'll just ferment. So
Yeah, you just have to add yeast into basically grape juice, wait a little bit, let it eat, and then it starts forming alcohol, and then you can burp it and then let it sit. I watched a couple like prison wine videos, like how they make prison wine.
yeah, I mean, getting good quality grape juice, I guess, is the starting point. Um,
Yeah, true.
but yeah, I don't know. But I assume that there's still quite a bit of cleaning as well, like to keep it sanitary and to keep it from getting sour. But yeah, I
Sure,
don't know. I've
sure.
never made one, but yeah, beer's a lot of fun. But yeah, like I said, a ton of work. All right, are you ready, sir?
I am ready, sir.
Oh, wait, it's gonna ask. No, he is not. Let's see if this
What
works.
a great little addition to this program.
And it should just, unless I screwed something up. It's again.
Let me delete romance out of here, man.
Oh,
Okay.
you love it, man. Come on.
Share it
Your
out.
Hallmark Channel movies.
Alrighty. That's the dust piano. It has a really weird Western reverb on it and twangy,
I don't know. It sounds pretty good.
twangy reverb. Okay, let's open up. It's over here. That's another thing that happened to me earlier. My VSTs kept opening up on my other monitor, and I was like, "What am I doing?" I couldn't find it for like a minute. Okay, pixels. Ugh. Romance. Be
Remember
careful.
this
Gotta be
show's
careful here.
G rated. Yeah, be careful.
Mhm. This is my kind of romance.
Running from zombies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So we did this one.
We did those folks. Yeah.
20 seconds. A little long. Mhm.
30 seconds.
Longer. Holy.
I like the idea though.
Yeah. Maybe like candlelit. Oh, it's very religious.
What about that one?
This one right here, Hanukkah. 28
Oh
seconds.
yeah, pretty long.
I mean, it's not really much to score, right?
Mm.
Okay, I
I
guess
mean,
I'll go.
sometimes those wide open ones are kind of interesting, but
I mean, I do like this one, but it's 30 seconds. It's
30
the only
seconds.
problem. What's this? Is it shorter? No.
Same. Or what about the rows? Like,
Ugh.
what is that?
I don't even want to know, man.
I
I
think it's
wish I
melted
never clicked
wax.
that.
I think it's
Yeah,
melted
melted
wax.
wax. Yes. Oh yeah, let's do this one.
Oh man. Or how about the one with the picture frame?
Oh yeah, I kind of like this one. Dark though. It's oh my god,
Dang.
it's 55 seconds.
Bottle of Hennessy. Someone's having a good night. Wow, this is tough.
It is tough. Birthday. Oh, what's this? 15 seconds.
There you go. All right. It's
Yeah, man.
and it maybe they got divorced. Maybe what that's about.
Yes, let's do this one. So, oh, whoops. I was trying to do the sneaky thing you were doing. Copy link address. Perfect. And I'll send it in Zoom. If I can ever find Zoom. I can't find the Zoom chat for some reason. I'm just gonna send it in Telegram, I guess. Oh wait,
Uh,
I think I have to stop sharing, right? To send it in chat. Yeah, there we go.
perfect. Right. See.
This is gonna be an interesting one. It's this can go a lot of different ways.
Yeah. I kind of an idea is sort of forming in my mind.
Yeah. I'm just switching over my audio. Give me the. All right. That.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
I am ready when you are, sir.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Third one in five, four, three, two, one. Compositor.
Boom.
Okay. Wow, a little bit of technical difficulties there, but
Oh, did you?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, basically
What happened?
well, um I had my instrument up that was awesome. My patch that I took about 4 minutes to find, and it was beautiful. And then
Oh
I
man.
fucking switched the entire VST over to Cinematic Studio Strings by accident. And then everything was like, oh shit. And then I tried for 2 minutes to try to get my sound back. And then I'm like, okay, I can't find it. I gotta get something out there. And yeah. So a little bit of technical difficulties, but it was my
Dang,
fault because
that's frustrating.
it was human error for sure. It wasn't like my logic didn't, I just deleted or I replaced the wrong instrument. Uh, yeah, it happens. Oh, well, how did you do there?
Good. I'm happy with this one. Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. I'll just jump in here and share this POS here. Okay. Also, I mean, just thinking about it, like if I ever need to make romantic music for something, I'll say no. That's where I'm at. If somebody says, "Oh, I need romantic music," I'll be like, "Go get someone else because this shit doesn't interest me at all." But
You're not a
it
romantic. That's the thing.
well, it's just you know, there's a there's like a specific scale you can just use over and over and over and over and over and over for romance, and I get it. That's cool, but I like the romantic things that interest me are more obviously like the darker side of romantic things in movies like you know like kind of like a loss of love, but that love was there, and
Mm.
so when that type of romance, but quirky type of like wedding style or uplifting romantic quirky music, it does not compute for my brain. I just go,
Mm.
I can't do it. I don't know
Well, I
why.
didn't I didn't go uplifting either. This video is very somber. Like this looks more like a divorce than a marriage to me. So
Yeah,
I did not go uplifting at all. So
it towards the end it reminded me of like Lord of the Rings or something, just because of the
Mm.
ring and the aesthetic and stuff. And initially I was gonna use like horns, and then I came across a really good horn patch, man, and it sounded really good, and then I lost it. So
Well, I'm intrigued. I really want to hear what you did now because
yeah, it's
yeah,
it's not good. So here we go.
okay.
This is what
I don't hear anything.
hmm. Hopefully I crash here when I'm switching this over. Hey, if it crashes, get out of it. Come on now. Technical difficulties can work on your favor sometimes.
Save the day.
No, no. We're Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, so half composition.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I could see what you're going for. It's epic, kind of an epic sound. With a little bit of somberness to it,
Yeah, the
maybe.
cello brings a little somber, but
Yeah.
definitely not what I was. And it changed. So this is the thing that happened here. This instrument, it now I don't know what
It's
the hell
playing
is
the
going on.
same notes as instrument one, right?
Sure, but it's not even triggering. It's
Yeah.
yeah, something happened with this instrument. See how I can not it's not on the other screen. I can't even open this. There it is. Okay, so
Ah,
this screwed everything because when I play this should be sounding right now.
sure.
But when I switched it over, it killed the horn thing that I had. It was like a perfect storm style horn that sound like it had a really nice timbre to the horn, but then I had to switch it to untold strings real quick at the end, which completely changes the feeling of hearing that
Hmm.
loud.
Yeah, I don't think Untold Strings.
thing, you
Yeah,
know?
it didn't really work here, I don't think, but
No, no, no. The horn was where this was the horn, but yeah, so technical difficulties. I hate romance. It's for uh not me. We got to get that out of the Oracle ASAP.
it takes all the fun out of it though.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I suppose I just have to do homework and learn what a romantic thing is and then just regurgitate it like everyone else. So, I mean, it really is, it comes down to that when you don't want to like make a specific genre, you just have to throw it all away and
I mean,
learn it and then
I
put
think
it on your
compose I think composers do that all the time, right? Like
sure, sure.
they're not passionate about absolutely everything that they write for. Like how could you be, you know?
I,
Like some
yeah, I try to be, I try to be
No, me too.
passionate with everything that I make, but
I always try to do the best that I can, but I don't always love the music that I'm making, even though I might think it's appropriate, you know?
yeah, yeah, that exactly. That's a hard thing to do right there.
Like this, I would not have written something like this probably, but anyway, let's just get into it.
Let's jump into it. We play it one more time. One
Yeah.
more time there. It's like on the line of that's really hard to describe what that is. It's like a it's not dark. It's not really that dark, but it's like
Sad, I guess.
serious
Yeah.
kind of feeling like this just happened, you know?
Well, and I was thinking, like the thought that entered my brain was, he or she died, and I can't keep the ring on anymore, you know, like, so, yeah, very serious, sad, you know, somber, I guess.
Yeah, she was a roofer and she never got around to doing our roof. Now it's raining inside. I can't wear this wedding ring anymore. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
put it here and gonna
Yeah,
warm up with candles.
she did not listen to the weather forecast. The lightning was
Yep.
called for. I told her, and she didn't listen. And now, yep.
And she was a heater tech too, so that's why the candles are here and gonna keep our animals warm somehow. Yeah, I mean, I think the video is fine. You definitely won that one. Uh, it's still hard for me to really pinpoint down what that piano is saying to me because it's almost like I said, it's almost dark, but it's not dark. It's like what
So
scale is that, or what'd you do
just
around here?
just regular minor.
D
Why is?
D
Oh, it's because
minor?
they're all selected. Yeah, it's D minor.
Yeah. I see now. So what it's doing is it's like it's just on the line of being dark and then it steps back from being dark. That's what happens
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and like that's why I think it's why you're having a hard time placing it because it doesn't hit. It doesn't
Any of
hit
the
that note.
minor.
So it doesn't hit that note, but it also doesn't hit the Dorian note. So it's not, which has a very that has a very distinct feel to it. And the harmonic minor, like the oh, sorry. So that
The
C
darker.
sharp has a very distinctive sound to it as well. Whereas this doesn't it doesn't hit either of those, so it's just kind of regular minor.
I think the darkest or the part that is dark is that step up from A to A sharp, but then you jump right back to G,
Mm,
which is very major, so they kind of uplifts it again.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I actually recorded this first. I recorded the left hand of the piano first by itself. And then did the
Do you use a metronome when doing this?
yeah.
I gotta start doing that.
Oh yeah, I always turn the metronome on.
For some reason, these composing things, majority of the time, I have not been using a metronome. I
Oh
just
wow, that's
use the
crazy.
measures, or
Yeah, and then two pads under it. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. That's all right.
yeah,
I'm happy with it.
you have won this round. So,
Thank you, sir.
all right, should we do our final
Actually,
one?
I
Or
have to I
you
think
have
I have to
bounce?
go. Yeah,
Okay,
I gotta
we gotta
bounce.
we gotta bounce. So, the end of episode 9. And this Saturday, we shall be composing to a render of Cambodian ruins, if all goes
Hmm.
well, which will be it'll be less than 60 seconds, and we'll have 20 minutes on our 10th episode. If it all goes, we're still live next weekend. And uh,
Send me a screenshot so I can start to
yes, absolutely
develop.
will. I'll send that today.
Awesome.
And I'll send it to Bear.
I don't think we have his email, do we?
Oh, he's supposed to email us. That's probably the
Yeah,
issue.
yeah, yeah.
We should have asked him for his email just to force it on him, because it's probably weird asking for things or like receiving things that are,
True.
you don't want to like, feels weird sometimes. But
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, man. All right. Well, I shall catch you next weekend, and have an excellent day, sir.
You too. So long, everyone.
To the future.